That's where we got the name of the cat or kitten from too.
It was the Hannah episode, and we had to reshoot it, and we lost that.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, back again, and we're in the same spot as last week.
We are. I think we finally found a home. Until my wife, lovely lawn care widow, some days kicks us out of the basement, and so she'll be like, "Hey, get out." She'll kind of clap us away out of here, but once turf nerds pick up some even more steam, we'll have our own studio somewhere in a hidden location. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple things that we're going to try to add down the road. Like
we got some more content, right? You call it that?
Yeah. We're looking at adding some more consistent spiritual content, and
we need that.
There's a couple guys that we're thinking of having on periodically that could give us, just 2 or 3 minutes each podcast.
Kind of a biblical charge for lawn guys, but not just lawn guys, business owners, and then men in general, though, too, guys. Like, obviously, I mean, we could talk about grass and cutting grass all the time, too, and it's tailored for that crowd, but we also want to have, spirituality and theology and faith implemented into this. And we have some guys at church who are solid, godly men that Ben and I really think that you would, as a couple guys, that you would really enjoy. I was thinking about this guy named Darren. We've mentioned him. We've mentioned Darren here on the podcast before, but what do you like about Darren, Ben?
Well, Darren is this gentle giant.
He's what, 6'8"?
He's somewhere around there. He's soft spoken though. He's got a pretty quick wit, and he's a solid guy. He loves listening to podcasts about spirituality and leadership.
I'm pretty sure he likes listening to Undaunted.life by Kyle Thompson.
Yeah, this is Undaunted.life. Yeah, he's a big fan of that.
It's actually a pretty good podcast, guys. If we do,
he absolutely loves the Jocko podcast.
Jocko?
And
those are long, like probably as long as
you got to invest.
Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, they're borderline 3 hours sometimes.
That's where you got to listen to those at 1.5 or as you do 2 speed. Those are long.
Yeah, but Darren will tell you he's gotten a lot of good things out of that and some mottos that he goes by. And so I've listened to only a couple of the Jockos.
Jocko's great because he wakes up every day at 4:30 a.m. to lift and work out. Even on his off days, he does that. So
yeah,
I think he's got a book called Extreme Ownership. And my friend, Luke Adams.
Yeah,
Luke Adams. And so he doesn't sound like that. There's someone that we do an impression of someone, and we would like for him to say Luke Adams. Okay, we're probably losing people. Wook, yeah. Anyway, so my buddy, my buddy Luke. He read the Jocko Extreme Ownership book, and he really liked it. He's like, "Yeah, man, you should read it too, man. You got to own lawn care." I heard
the first book is great, the Extreme Ownership one, and then the second one, the follow-up, I heard wasn't that good because it was like just, hey, it's kind of like they're just doing the same thing again to make more money off of it. But I don't know.
It's like Jordan Peterson's 12 Steps for Life. He has a Beyond 12 Steps for Life, which is like a copy-paste, but Peterson's money, like Peterson really is great. But yeah, Darren, we want to get Darren or maybe we got some other guys at church, like our associate pastor, Pastor Fred, solid dude, or we got this guy who's to train the Red Wings. It's Kirk Vickers. Might get him on too for a 2 to 5 minute down the road. Change up with the format with Turf Nerds of biblical, theological, spiritual encouragement and a charge for men and women too.
Yeah. I think it'd be great. I think we've got a lot of people to choose from. Then there's Randy as well. There's Jason. There's a whole bunch of people. We do have Randy,
the guy who does the cover to our theme song here in the Turf Nerds. So, yeah. Well, I think if we get enough feedback, guys, and if you want Randy on, the guy who actually plays our theme, we might be able to work something out where he kind of plays it live for us here too. And we could put it there in the pod.
Yeah, I think we could sit him right in the middle with his guitar, have a little amp or something, and let him rip.
Because then the actual camera that we used there could pick that up, though, too. So
yeah. So we got ideas, but for this week, we wanted to spend the majority of the time talking about not letting the grass own you.
Yes.
And so what we
Well
mean by
said.
that is you got to find time to take a vacation or a long weekend or what have you
Oh yeah.
during the lawn season. One, to keep your mental
Sanity.
state. Yeah.
It goes into monesia here after a while.
Yeah. So talk about that, because you just had a little short trip.
Yeah. I had a short trip with my wife's family, and then the following week, which people will listen to this episode while I'm gone. Wait, will they? Yeah. No, actually, it'd be the other one. Yeah. See, I already have Monesia now, guys. Too. Okay, I call it Monesia, and I want to trademark this, guys, and we could hashtag this like we've started the trend to hashtag Uncle Greg. Yeah. But anyways, so Monesia is the state of mowing so much that you forget to mow areas and sections of the lawns, and you can't do basic arithmetic. And then just in general, you're just kind of slow. it's just slow. Or as Alex Jones said, look, I'm kind of retarded. So he actually said that on Rogan's podcast. I'm quoting Alex Jones, so don't rip me on here. But anyways, so after a while, guys, and for the longest time, I've been doing this since 2010. I would say earlier than that if it counts mowing my parents' yard. Before that, it doesn't really count. But anyway, so I would say until recently, until 2018, 19, my business was flat out owning me. Super OCD, militant, not taking time off, mowing all the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't miss mowing. Oh, the clients are going to fire me if, I miss mowing them 1 week and they want me to be here all the time, and they don't want me to take any vacations. And so I just, sorry to say it like that, guys, but that's just the sad truth. Like I kind of had that perception, and that's what I kind of put on, and I was discouraged. It's like, self-employed, making good money, but just, I can't get any time off. And finally, I just sacked up and just realized, okay, I can take. If I get done mowing on a Friday, I can have a nice long weekend, and then in the super dry months, like honestly, Ben, like, and you've seen it though too. This has been one pretty dry year for southeastern Michigan.
Yeah, it has. So you're going to be able to fit in a long weekend, and I think.
Yeah.
Just going off the lawn side of things, I think a lot of people have that perception of I can never miss work.
Yep.
Whatever job they might be in, I'm too valuable. If I miss. Something's going to happen. They're going to need me, or they can't get away from checking their emails every morning, or being on some work call that really they don't get anything out of. But I think we all have that, and we got to step back and think, okay, the world's not going to end if I take a Friday off. If I take a long weekend. And
I finally started to realize this through friends and other guys in the lawn care community that, hey, grass ain't going nowhere. It's staying there. And through the dry months, man, this year, I mean, if I had to be honest, like super transparent and honest, no, we're in this to make money, but it's just cutting grass in our reality though too. And it's been so dry. The growth is literally probably 2.5, 3 weeks right now. Where I mean, I'm still mowing a lot weekly, but a lot of them could go well over 2 weeks right now. So.
Right.
And so my email that I'll be probably writing tonight or tomorrow, I just send a little email blast, got like really good biz advice and why people like me. And it's just kind of my personality to keep people in the loop through email communication. Get all your clients' email, bill them electronically. We used to send out physical invoices, and that took forever. But get their emails and update them every once in a while. But rainouts here and there. What's going on? If you're taking a trip, if you're having a baby, if you're getting married, just people want to know that you're an actual person too, not just some lackey attached to a mower. And so I'm going to email them probably tonight or tomorrow, just saying, hey, really appreciate your loyalty throughout this year, different times with a possible recession. Just want to let you know that I'll be out of the office or out of the mower. Yeah. Out of the mower for, next week. So I'm actually laying you off and I'm saving you. Kind of be like a tad witty yet professional.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm saving you money. And so, hey, but I
think that's important.
It's
people like
big
to
time.
know. And if you do it in a way that, you're kind of being a little bit funny, and they do see you that
Personal.
Yeah, this guy, he does deserve a vacation. He's out there,
People have almost seen me too much this year. They're like, weren't you here like 5 days ago? And I have a general rule. The shortest I'll ever come is 5 days. And so I finally, when I dumped the 25 lawns earlier on this year, I was actually on schedule the whole entire year, but I was more like 150 in 7 days. And I'm like, okay, chop 8, chop 10. So it was, okay, now you're back on like 6 days. And so shortest I've ever, done it is 5 though too. But back to your point, people are sick of seeing me though too. And so it'll be a good week of, I would guess, week of silence for people for us to get away with my family. It's really good overall for your body though too, because I walk, I get at least, I walk 20, 25,000, 30, 35,000 steps in one day though. And I used to lift weights all the time. Kyle Thompson from Undaunted.life I have a gym in my garage and I lift by so back to what I'm saying. I haven't been lifting weights that much because I've been working 100% solo this year and so tied down. My body's taking a beating from mowing though too. So this would be a really good time to get away, guys. And you need to do it though too. Hey, you're gonna miss a week of pay. So what? Okay, you're gonna make it up in the fall doing cleanups. Set your right price, and the Lord. Okay, just when I think, oh crap, well, taking this week off, maybe people won't like me, or I'll lose a lawn, or X, Y. The Lord always provides extra work somehow, and in some way, God provides the lamb in the thicket, even through times when you need to take rest.
Yep, you absolutely have to do it. You need it.
It's tough though,
mentally and physically. But I think you gave a great point there. Get your clients' email addresses, have regular communications, and then let them know when you're going to miss a week. Just because people like to be kept in the loop. And then when you tell them up front, they're like happy that you're doing it. They're like, oh, good. I'm glad he's getting with his whole family and doing this vacation, because, you don't get that chance that often.
And that's the thing though, too. It's, people like the emails more than you think. Sometimes these long clients just like when I send random emails. Like it could even be about nothing. Like we have this one client named Don, great guy. I've been mowing for him for 10 years, and we've developed this relationship. Like this is key customer relations. We've developed a relationship where we basically sarcastically email each other throughout the week. Don's a really good writer, and he's always nagging me. Hey, Evan, one click lower, because he always wants his lawn mowed lower and lower and lower, but he waters it all the time, so it grows fast. So I'm like, Don, you must be some sorcerer like Merlin or some wizard, because every time I go over there, your lawn's really long. Like, what sorcery are you doing over here? So Don and I joke around, and customers like to be in the loop, like even over basic stuff. And I can unabashedly say 99, 100% of them, they don't even care that I'm gone next week. Like they'll be glad, like finally, this guy's out of here. This works too much. Like, do you not even see your wife, type thing. So breaks, time off, many weekends are vitally important, and it's really key for a successful lawn business, not just being a slave to grass.
So let's talk about your mini vacation, the first one that you took with your wife's family. That was just a short trip. You basically cut on the Friday and then flew out late on Friday night, right?
Yeah, so this was, my wife and I maybe went around a little bit, but I've learned, okay, marriage is good. I've been almost married 2 years, on August 14th. So it's coming up.
Don't forget that date.
Oh, I won't forget that. Basically, I wasn't really keen and wanting to go on the trip because we spent a lot of money. There's a baby on the way, and I was kind of selfishly focused on, I don't want to get off schedule because I want to go on my family's vacation, 2 weeks from then. But so last Friday, I mowed on Friday, got everything done, because guess who helped me out? Just take a guess who helped me mowing last Friday.
Hey, it's Uncle Greg.
Hashtag Uncle Greg, guys. We are trying. We're beating this. Hey, this is a call to action. Go on Facebook and add Greg Durbin. Anyways, so, so Greg came out and he helped me. Got away. I was done mowing. Caught a really late flight out to Denver, Colorado. Hannah's, my wife's family, we took a trip out to Colorado. It was Granby, Colorado, and so. We got in there about midnight, and I drove almost 2 hours through the mountains of Colorado to get to really nice little cute Airbnb out in the middle of Bungfud nowhere, and we had it was a good like checked out, but kind of checked in because I was kept checking the weather for the following week because I want to make sure I would mow through this week to be able to go on my case with my family. But no, I really did enjoy the time. We hiked in the Rocky Mountains there, saw an elk. Just had a good time though too. So
so you had basically a day and a half that you were gone really. Once
basically
you got
a day
there,
and a half.
You had Saturday and part of Sunday, right?
And my wife and her family, like they know that, guys. They know there's sacrifice with this. Being self-employed is great. I like college, but this where things are going right now. I really don't think anyone should be going to college and should be getting there in the trades because guess what? You make more money and you'll spend no money to make money. So that's pretty good. And so
yeah, that's a good point.
My wife's family, this is not dogmatic and gospel. Someone wants to rip me, find me personal on Facebook. We can have a debate. Or yeah, better yet, if you want to talk about this, get on the Turf Nerds. And so wife's family, they understand it. They get it pretty good to a point. And so there's a big sacrifice with being self-employed, but vacations are so much better because it's like, man, this time I don't have to worry about weed whipping, edging, trimming, or just cutting anything. And it's really great.
Okay. That was the short trip, which was hardly a vacation because really a
day and a half is not long.
Yeah. And you only miss Saturday and Sunday because you cut on Friday. But the big vacation, what's that going to be?
Big vacation. We're going to Sunset Beach, North Carolina. Next week, be down there for a week. It's on the beach is actually on the East Coast, but the way what would be called the way the beach kind of protrudes out, the sun you can actually see the sun set west. So it's kind of cool. It's like on the East Coast, but it's kind of on an island because you have to cross over a bridge. So how it kind of sits is the island and all the beach houses kind of like fork out or they protrude out a little bit. And so the sun sets west and we've been going on the sunsets like ever since I was a little boy too. It's a great time to get away. Might golf there a little bit, generate some podcast ideas. And at this point, our podcast will be really grown by then. Probably not.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, big time. But no, I can't tell you enough, guys, even having one day off, like almost 6 days and have one day off, it just recharges your battery. Like take a mini weekend vacation, get out somewhere, email your clients, let them know, and people don't care, and you'll make the money back.
Yeah, but the full week one's nice because you really get to unwind. It probably
a lot of fun too.
You don't do it right when you get down there, but by that third day, you're probably completely relaxed. The body is starting to get the batteries recharged. Yeah, exactly. You need to get your rest. And you're having fun with the entire family who you don't get to see all the time, particularly when you're in your main mowing season.
Yeah, and that's like my parents live 10 minutes down the street, but I don't really see them as much as I used to because, well, praise God, I don't live there anymore. My man, Pastor Joel, my dad, don't call your parents by their first. That's a whole nother. I'll tell you off the air, but
I'm intrigued.
Not me, but someone else. His kids call him by their first name and their mom too. But anyways, it's good to be out of the my parents' house. You don't see him all the time. Really good to connect down in Sunset. Might take my dad golf to probably with him play 9 because he's just a wild man, and then I might take my brother to play 9, but I might try to sucker in my dad to play 18. I don't golf, but I've been doing it passively for 2 years. So I'm your hack of a golfer, and I'm left-handed. And I'm a hack of your bowler, left-handed too.
You bowl left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex and I we're actually bowling last night.
What I always heard is for the lefties, the oil pattern is different. So
it is because no one throws down there, so it's far more. I could be more accurate because the ball won't be going all over the place because the oil is not used or something like that.
Any scores of note from last night? Or?
Okay, so we were we're at 19, but thing from last night. I beat Alex 2 out of 3. Bowled a 115 the first game.
Oh.
And then he bowled a 105, but he's got a much like Alex when he bowls, he looks like he's a bowler. Actually, we might get Alex on to be like he could also lead us in a biblical charge.
That's true.
He's great leadership with Bible study. He's actually a data analyzer for a medical company, so he works from home, but he's got great godly wisdom. I might aerate his lawn, so that might be another YouTube video for the fall. But first game 115 second game I bowled a 148, and then the third game was like a 136. Okay. So
not your best, but not terrible.
Pretty bad, but
you had fun.
Oh yeah, and so
it's good to get out and be with Alex and the boys.
It's good to have hobbies other than just. I love cutting grass. It's kind of a hobby. It's good to do other things than just standing and mowing and whipping, like golfing, throwing balls, having cigars. I'll be out with the Wolf Pack tomorrow night. They're a good group of godly Christian friends that I have. So we'll be going to Gatsby's over there in Novi, and then coming back here. I cleared it with the wife. You have to clear it with the wife and have cigars there in the backyard.
And I wanted to talk about another fun thing, and the last thing we're going to talk about tonight. You probably can't do much of it during mowing season, but we were talking offline about like what was the last thing you watched on streaming, and you were telling me about the show called Merlin. Yeah, so it's this old BBC show called Merlin. That's where we actually got our cat's name from, Guinevere. And so Guinevere was the kind of the point of interest for Prince to King Arthur. And so it ran from 2008 to 12, BBC show, really appropriate, clean, hilarious, funny. And it follows the Canterbury tales of Arthur, Merlin, Gaius, the whole 9 yards. And my wife and I slowly binged it because we wanted to savor it. So I would recommend that show, guys. It's on Netflix, Amazon Prime. It's old. It's super good show. I mean, I think it's before the moral revolution changed with TV show. No sex. Where a man and a woman. That's what they define as normalcy. So it's really was a good show with, obviously it was medieval though, and they had some good comedy and jokes in there, but that's where we named our cat from, was the show Merlin. Anything else you're watching lately when you get a chance? Oh yeah, Duck Family Treasure. That's on Fox Nation with Jace Robertson, Murray and Jep, and they go around hunting for treasure with metal detectors. It's actually pretty funny show. Uncle Si from Duck Dynasty, he tries to send them on, excursions and journeys to find treasures. They basically tell Si to pound sand. Some of Si's takes are nuts and crazy, but really good show. But then other than that, I kind of just come home and relax and go to bed sometimes. So it's the price you pay to own a lawn care business, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Sounds good. Yeah. Anything else you want to get off your chest before we wrap it for the night? I don't know if I'm missing anything. I'm just curious to see who has the better Uncle Greg impression. So yeah, we'll have to see if the viewers catch on to that, or watch Greg call me, hey. If he ever did listen to this, like he would say something, I think I have the best impressions. Like, yeah, you're Greg. So still though, I think we love Uncle Greg, and I think that is an episode that you can go back to it, guys, listen to again, because I think there's a lot of nuggets of wisdom. Big time. For starting a business, whether it be lawn care or any business, for, starting it on the cheap and then building up as you build your client base. He's got a lot of great things that he said in there. And I've actually listened to it myself a couple times too. Yeah. Yeah. And I get inspired out of it. And I think it's one that if you haven't listened to yet, go back and find it. Big time. Or watch the video. I think it's worth the 28 minutes that it was, and if you do it on double speed, it's 14 minutes. So there you go. I agree. That's all I have. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.